Aloha Amazon sellers. Is Amazon copying your products? Is it analyzing your sales data, product features, and reviews to create copies under its own private label brands? I've known the answer to that question for years, and I'll tell you clearly. Jokes aside, I don't like to speculate based on anything other than data or my opinion. From the bar, or what I have been talking about with other sellers or other professionals in the Amazon world. So what I'm going to do is analyze this book, The Everything War, by journalist Dana Mattioli, a super informed woman who has spent many years covering the world of Amazon for Fortune and other prestigious magazines, analyzing what happens within the platform, interviewing sellers, interviewing former employees, and has reached his own conclusions within some of the chapters of this book on the eternal question of whether Amazon is using the data of its own customers, of its own sellers, to launch equal or better products with its white labels within brands such as Amazon Basics, Amazon Essentials, or Amazon Elements. So I'm going to analyze everything she says in this book to see if she has really come to the conclusion that yes or no. Let's take a look at it. Well, you don't have to be the sharpest pencil to know that retailers have always taken advantage of product data they distributed or sold in their stores, in their department stores, or on supermarket shelves to create private label brands. So we found private label brands in big retailers or even in smaller stores like those convenience stores we come across in the bottom corner. But does Amazon do the same? Let's see if the answer is yes or no, through an investigation that Wall Street Journal journalist Dana Mattioli laid out in this book, The Everything World. As we mentioned, retailers have used this information to create their own products. According to journalist Dana Mattioli, Amazon has taken this business to the next level. Not only is it the largest retailer in the world, but it's also an online platform where millions of third-party sellers participate in its marketplace. This, according to Dana, gives Amazon a unique competitive advantage, since it has access to sales data from all those sellers. And using this data, they have launched a variety of private label brands, the most well-known being Amazon Basics, which was launched in 2009. It started with electronic products, and now you can even buy more items like horns. Amazon Basics, Amazon Elements for supplements and vitamins, Wickedly Prime, where we have everything, even oils or balsamic vinegar, Solimo are household products, personal care items, and also cleaning products. Happy Belly has snacks, coffee, and nuts, but this includes cleaning supplies. And household products like paper towels or Mama Bear, which is the brand for baby products like diapers or wipes. Amazon started in the private label business, as I mentioned, in 2009, and over time it has aggressively expanded its catalog. And what did Dana Mattioli's investigation say? Well, basically what she found is that Amazon uses data from third-party sellers to develop these private label products. According to her, Amazon leverages its dominant position to identify successful products sold by third parties and then launches versions under its own private label brands, often at lower prices and with the logistical advantages of the Prime program. Shipping in 24-48 hours? What patterns did she identify in the investigation? Well, after reading a ton of documents leaked by former Amazon employees and interviewing more than 20 current and former employees of the company, she found that it was a common practice for employees to access data from third-party sellers. Even though Amazon has publicly stated millions of times that it doesn't use that data, the evidence showed Dana Mattioli otherwise. One example is the Fortune brand. Fortune was a small company from Brooklyn, and it still is in fact, and it sold a trunk organizer on Amazon. It was the top seller in its category. In 2019, Amazon launched a similar version for the Amazon Basics brand, and obviously at a lower price. What happened? Well, no surprise there. Quickly, that Amazon Basics product became the top seller in the category, pushing Forbes' product down. The most worrying aspect of the matter is that, according to Dana Mattioli's investigation, Amazon employees had access to confidential data such as Fortune's sales, advertising costs, and profit margins. And with that information, Amazon developed the product that went up against Fortune. In fact, in her book, she details how she met with the two partners and founders of Fortune at a bar in the United States, and without them knowing the purpose of the meeting, she slipped them a paper with the report of sales of their brand and the product they had taken directly from Amazon The two partners confirmed that the data was exactly the same because they looked it up on their seller app on their phones, and they were basically shocked. Is this use of data a competitive advantage or an abuse of power? Well, Dana Mattioli comments that Amazon's brands have access to a level of data that neither Carrefour nor any other store can match. Amazon knows what sells, how it sells, and at what price. Amazon employees even use the term going over the fence to describe how they collected data from third parties by jumping over that fence where, let's say, the company's policies prohibited them from crossing to the other side and using that data for their own benefit. What's going on? There was so much pressure within the company to achieve the best results that employees had no choice but to jump over that fence and use that data to create successful private label products, thus meeting their targets. What will be the future of Amazon's private label brands? Well, despite the criticism, Amazon's white labels remain a key part of its business. Controlling data obviously gives them unprecedented market power, but the European Union and the US government are investigating whether Amazon is abusing its market power. And in fact, there have already been several rulings along the lines that it appears that this data is being abused. An open question I leave you with is, to what extent can a company like Amazon dominate a market before being considered a monopoly? Or to what extent is it ethical for me to have a product that I have worked hard on, I have had an idea, I have produced it, I have designed it, I have put it in a marketplace, and I have scanned it, and someone else comes along and copies it? Whether they have the data or not, yes, it has been going on forever, but to what extent is that legitimate? How far can you sleep at night if you engage in those practices? As you've seen on the Everything World, Anna Mattioli not only exposes Amazon's business practices, but also issues a warning about the future of commerce and the power of data. What it's basically telling you is that Amazon's white label brands are just the tip of the iceberg in a broader revolution in how big companies shape the market in their favor, about how big companies use third-party data to create their own products and achieve greater success in the market. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, support the channel with comments, likes, subscribe, turn on notifications, and we'll see you in the next video.